Hey guys, it's Burnsley's RT and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to talk about what snow tire size you should get on your Dodge Charger or Challenger. So just to give you guys a little bit of background, today I'm going to be discussing two different cars that I drove and have owned. The first is a 2016 Dodge Charger RT Road and Track. And on that car, I had 225 65 R18s on that car. And currently I own a 2021 Dodge Charger Scat Pack, and I have 235 60 R18s on that car. So let's talk about theory first. So it's generally said that the taller the sidewall, the better grip you're going to get in the snow. It allows the tires to torque and it allows it to dig in and get better traction. And in addition, when you talk about width, it's generally said that the skinnier the tire, the better traction you're going to get in the winter. And that's because as the tires spin, it gets down to the pavement quicker and gets you that traction, that much needed traction that you need in the winter. So, but those are just theories. Today, I'm going to talk about my personal experience between those two vehicles. Now, granted, we're talking 375 horsepower versus 485, but in the grand scheme of things, they're both rear-wheel drive. They're both high horsepower rear-wheel drive cars, and I feel it gives us a pretty good comparison. So, the 225s did fantastic in winter driving. They really did. The big con that I have with them, however, is the dry, wet, and the salty road traction. Now, these Chargers are, 4,300 pound cars. 225s, not a lot of width. So when you're talking about day-to-day acceleration, braking, cornering, you really feel on those 225s, you just know that you have skinnier tires. You feel the car want to slide a little bit more, your tires break open and spin a lot easier. And the day-to-day driving, you almost had to be more careful driving on 225s than you did in the snow. So from that standpoint, the 225s, I always felt like I had to drive cautious, whether it was in the snow or whether it was in any other condition. So now let's jump over to the Scat Pack. So I have the 235 60 18s, and I was going back and forth between the 235 55s and the 235 60s. And I went with the 235 60s because it's going to provide me with slightly more ground clearance. Might give me a few extra miles on the tire because it's going to rotate less. And I ultimately went with the 60 series tires for those reasons. So in the snow, as I've demonstrated in previous videos, the 235s did fantastic in the snow. They really did. They dug down to the concrete just fine. Maybe not as good as the 225s, but honestly, I didn't notice. I was able to brake, handle just fine in the snow with the 235s. They did fantastic. But the one where they really shine is in the day-to-day driving, the dry pavement, the cold pavement, the wet and the salty road condition pavement. I feel like I can drive my Scat Pack pretty normal. If I have to get on the gas, you definitely feel like you have a little bit of grip to get you going. And the things that are probably the most noticeable is your braking power as well as your cornering. Like if you're on the highway and you're doing 60, 70 miles an hour and you're approaching a hard right or a hard left, entry onto another freeway, you really feel secure in your car. Whereas with the 225s, I always felt like, you just always knew you didn't have as much rubber. You felt like you might over or understeer off the road, even in pretty standard conditions. So I definitely never felt as good with the 225s. So when you compare back and forth, without a doubt I would go with the 235s, no questions asked. So I hope this bit of information was helpful for any of you guys brave enough to bring your cars out into these elements. I'm one of the few that actually drive these cars in the winter. So if you guys have any questions about tire size, or how capable these cars are in the winter, and you want some deal of confidence in your decision, please hit me up. I'm going to post a link in the comments, as well as in the description, with previous charger driving videos that I've had, to build up and give you guys that confidence that you may need to drive these cars in the winter. I've had numerous comments on some of those videos about how people have bought Chargers or have bought Challengers because of my recommendations and my videos. So I really appreciate that feedback, and I really do love helping you guys with anything I can. So have any questions, hit me up in the comments. And again, I hope this was a good video for you guys, and like, subscribe, and comment. And I'm hoping to get you guys some winter driving videos here real soon in the Scat Pack. So until next time, guys, take care and talk to you soon.